Well, hello everybody out there and welcome to another random video. So in today's video, I want to talk about analog photography. To be more specific, I want to talk about instant film photography. And to be even more specific, I want to talk about the difference between Impossible and Polaroid Originals. So let's get to it. Before we begin, I'm pretty sure that pretty much everybody already knows the story behind Impossible and the Impossible project. But just in case you don't, let me just give you a brief history about what happened. You see, in 2008, Polaroid decided to stop producing films for their iconic instant film cameras, such as the Type 600 cameras. And in the same year, 2008, a group of people got together and they started the Impossible project. So they bought the original factory and started producing films on their own. But they had to use a different formula because they claim that the original formula got lost. And I say that they claim that the original formula got lost because honestly, I don't believe that it really got lost. I mean, by the time Impossible started, it was only a few months ago that Polaroid still produced films with the original formula. So how can the formula get lost after just a few months? Very unlikely. But yeah, they had to use their own formula because I still believe that Polaroid just didn't want to give the original formula away. So they had to come up with their own formula, but it wasn't as good as the original formula, and they kept improving it, but it never got as good as the original. They could never compete with the original in terms of sharpness and contrast and color. That was just the way it is. And the new formula also resulted in the films or the pouches being slightly thicker, and therefore they could only fit 8 slides or 8 films into one cartridge instead of 10. So yeah, that's just the way it was. So they decided, okay, our films, they aren't perfect and the result is sometimes quite unpredictable. So instead of being sad about it, let's just try and sell this imperfection as a gimmick. So instead of selling those films to people that want to take pictures when they are on vacation or wedding pictures or something like this, let's aim for people that want to make pictures just for fun, that want to do something artsy and something creative. And it worked. So they also had a lot of limited edition and special edition films. And then, something like 10 years later, they succeeded. They showed Polaroid, okay, you can still make enough money with this stuff. There is still a demand and there is still a market for those films. So that's when Polaroid took over. So Impossible turned into Polaroid Originals. So now, what is the point of this video? I mean, what is my problem with Polaroid Originals? Well, in my opinion, Polaroid Originals somehow managed to suck the fun out of it. I don't know, to me it looks like Polaroid Originals took away everything that made Impossible so cool and appealing, in my opinion. For example, back in the days, Impossible also produced a lot of monochrome films. I mean, yes, they only did that at the very beginning, but they also produced a lot of really cool duochrome films, like, for example, the black and yellow duochrome film, also known as the Third Man Records edition. And it was a really cool film, depending on what you were shooting. And it looked really, really cool. I mean, you can see how cool it looks. And yes, it is possible that all those monochrome and duochrome films were just a clever way of testing the film and the formula and testing different colors while still making some money with it. But they still look cool. And they also had the black and yellow and also the black and red duochrome film, which also looked really amazing. I really love that film. And yeah, it's apparently it's gone. And I know that there was also a black and green duochrome film, but unfortunately I never got that because it was very limited. But yeah, as of right now, Polaroid Originals discontinued all those cool duochrome films. I mean, at the beginning they still had the black and blue, and I think there was also a black and pink duochrome film. But as of right now, there aren't any duochrome films anymore. And yeah, they still have some colored frames and stuff like that, but they also discontinued one of the coolest and most unique things. They discontinued the round frames. Yeah, Impossible also released films with round frames, and they looked also amazing. I mean, look at this. Those are some pictures that my girlfriend took. They look really cool, don't they? How can you discontinue something cool as this? I don't understand it. And then they also discontinued one of my personal favorites, the black and white film with black frames. I mean, they were just awesome. Just look at this. It looks so cool. And by the way, in case you don't know what that picture is, this is just a picture of an old tree stump. Yeah, those films, they just look amazing, and I still think that those pictures wouldn't look as cool with a white frame as they do with a black frame. And when Polaroid Originals took over, the black and white films with black frames were gone, and instead they gave us one of the stupidest things ever. Black and white film with colored frames. Who came up with an idea like this? This is just downright stupid. Who wants to have a colored frame on a black and white picture? Nobody. So, yeah. They took away and discontinued pretty much everything that was cool. To me, it looks like Polaroid Originals wants to be a little bit like Apple back in the days, you know? Do you still remember the time when Apple released new iPods with different colors every couple of months? So right now it looks like Polaroid Originals just wants to release a new one-step camera with different colors every couple of months. And yeah, it's just not as cool and not as interesting as it used to be. And as far as I know, they also discontinued the big 8x10 films. I mean, at least they haven't been available in God knows how long. So yeah, it really is a shame. And I do have to say that I loved I loved Impossible a lot more than I do Polaroid Originals. Yes, Polaroid Originals is still the only way to get films for those cameras, but still it would be nice to have the cool things back. So that's it. And by the way, if you want to purchase high quality prints of the pictures that you have just seen, leave a comment down in the descriptions and I will put them on eBay or something like this. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next random video. Bye!